Hey, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2021, because 2020 really was so amazing. I think we all want more of that, right? No. Like... Just kidding. I think we could all use a little bit more of fun and joy and people making stupid things like I did now. This is why we will have a look at the world today, because right now it seems a little bit divided, kinda. Some people are like, oh, government, boo! And some people are like, oh, vaccine, ah! And some people are like, hey, Trump, you should leave the office. And Biden, oh, I didn't cheat. And what's going on? Seriously? That's super weird. So, today I will talk about this, what I think is the reason, because we are looking at confirmation bias, the social media bubbles, isolation. They all play a big part of in our brains and manipulating us into thinking we know what's the reality, but we don't. We have no clue. Like, we are looking through a very narrow part and think, ha, that's reality. Now, that's like 1%. So, the first thing is confirmation bias. You probably know that. If you don't know that, watch my video on this, because I think this is one of the key and most important things that humanity has to learn over the next decade, best over the next year, to finally be able to understand how we react emotionally to so many things, because our ego focuses our senses towards proof of what we believe anyway. And that is very annoying if you talk to another person that has been living in isolation. If you remember, we had lockdowns and we were living in isolation and not seeing so many people. And we were scrolling through social media. I bet you have used Instagram, maybe YouTube, maybe Google, Facebook, Twitter, and all these other platforms that are businesses and they want to make money. And this is why they will show you what you have been previously watching and possibly enjoying. Meaning you will get more of the same, more of the same. And this is very stupid and very bad for humanity, actually. Our society needs to learn what is a social media bubble, and we are all trapped in one. And what is the confirmation bias? We need to know how this works, how it affects us. Okay, because I hear so many friends of mine talking about, oh, we're arguing about this whole measures and the whole pandemic situation all the time, and I've lost friends, and we're arguing within the family, and we might even not have Christmas together because of that. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. It makes perfect sense because you have different opinions. But because of the social media bubbles and the confirmation bias and the lockdown, take these three things, combine them, and you have humans like robots. Like, we have been programmed to just believe and just see one side of the picture. And then we clash with another side of the picture and we cannot believe it's true. We think it's stupid. How can this other person believe this? It's so weird. And do you know why we react so emotionally about these topics right now? Because they are potentially dangerous for our health, or they might lead to suffering or even death. So there is a fear, right? Some people are afraid of a virus. And if you are afraid of the virus, you will find proof that it is dangerous. I mean, it has been all over the media all year long, right? So you will find proof if you want to believe in that the virus is super dangerous. But on the other hand, other people are not afraid of the virus, they are afraid of poverty. And if you are afraid of poverty, you will also find proof for that. I mean, we have super many people that are jobless right now, that have lost their jobs or their business, and it's not looking super bright for next year. I mean, we don't know for sure, but you will find proof for certain things in the economy not going too well right now. And there is another fear. Some people are afraid of dictatorship because the government might force us to take vaccines or might force us to do certain things that they want, and they can justify everything they do right now for our health. But if you want to find proof that this might not be the case, or that you don't trust the government anymore. I mean, there's a study that next year we will have 30 million more people dying out of hunger. And not because of the pandemic, but because of the measures. And you also have Great Barrington Declaration that is showing 50,000 scientists, like medical scientists and practitioners, that all are in favor of a different approach towards dealing with the pandemic. So this is proof for you if you believe that this is the case, right? So all of these fears are legit, whether you like it or not. People are afraid of different things. And the only thing that is different right now is we are blaming each other for it. What? I mean, this is so weird. Come on, you know people that are afraid of spiders, right? Would you hate on them? Would you scream at them and, oh, how can you? No, you wouldn't. If a person is afraid of spiders, then this is how it is. And if a person is afraid of heights or claustrophobic, or I knew a girl, she was afraid of any kind of birds. I mean, birds, they are cute, right? They sing. They are sitting on Disney princesses. And she was afraid, like scared for her life. I thought it was kind of okay, but hey, I'm not to judge. Maybe she experienced something traumatic. I mean, I was afraid of dogs, and I found proof for that in my life. I attracted these situations over and over, and I had to reprogram my subconscious mind in order for me to not be afraid of dogs anymore. So in the past I was very scared, and I met many dangerous dogs that were potentially harmful. And after I reprogrammed my subconscious mind, now I see friendly dogs and happy dogs all the time. And you can do that too. So if you want to know how this is possible, click the video. We are right now blaming each other because we are afraid of something. Okay? But the thing is, we are allowed to be afraid of something. You are allowed to fear the virus. You are allowed to fear the government. You are allowed to fear a vaccine. It is okay. And we all have to understand that our ego wants to protect us. And our ego does not like this uncertainty, because right now we don't have clarity. We don't know what's coming next year. We just know, oh boy, we enter a transformational time as it probably has never been seen before in human history, because there's also technological updates coming. Like we have quantum computing and artificial intelligence, material science. We have a crazy transformation awaiting us. And this is coming whether we like it or not. And our ego does not like uncertainty. Our ego will divide the world into black and white. And that's the only thing that exists. No, it's not. But our ego wants to know, okay, where's the danger coming from? Let's say you had bad experience with needles in the past. Like you didn't like vaccines and turned out to be not so great, and you're afraid of that. Let's just put it like that. You're afraid of that. So your ego will immediately jump on that fear and exclude all the other things and be like, yeah, they are okay. This is the danger. In Germany, we have a word for that. It's called Feindbild. So it's meaning like a picture of an enemy. So it's you know where you can put your attention. It's easy for us. It feels comforting to know, yeah, I know where the danger is coming from, so I can feel safe again and I can prepare. But right now this is not the case. Right now we have potential danger coming from so many different areas. But we don't know, and we don't like this not knowing. Now that we know that, how can we actually fix this? Because we don't want to live on a planet where humanity is divided and constantly fighting, and this is annoying, right? I mean, this is super exhausting, and I think the most important part, what we can do right now, is first and foremost, realize what is going on. Learn about the confirmation bias. Learn about social media bubbles. Learn about what is happening to us in isolation and what this does to us in combination, and how our ego is clinging on a very black and white world where it knows where the danger is coming from, and teach it to other people. Tell them about. Make people aware of this fact. Because underlying, we all have the fear of suffering and death. Whether you are afraid of the virus, or you're afraid of dictatorship, or you're afraid of poverty, or whatever. You are afraid of suffering and death. So maybe we should all agree that we are humans and life is not infinite. We are. This body is done at some point. It will age and you will eventually die. You will leave this vessel. By the way, you are so afraid of suffering and pain and death because you think that you are your body. But you are not your body. You are using your body on this planet. You are using your body to experience this world. But it's not you. Do a little experiment with me, really quick. Close your eyes and tell yourself in your head, without using your mouth, you are amazing. And now open your eyes again. What just happened? Something or someone in your head said you're amazing. You didn't use your mouth to say it. You didn't use your ears to listen to it. But still, somebody said it and somebody heard it. It was your mind, because we are a mind-body-spirit complex. We're not just the body. If you want to get rid of fear and these ideas of pain and suffering, make yourself aware of that. You are not your body. You're much more than that. And I will make a video very soon about near-death experiences. There are tons of experiences and tons of witness and tons of studies that have been done, and they kind of all tell the same picture. Basically, people were dying or in a coma and they experienced something in the spiritual world. And they came back with knowledge that they couldn't have known. And they came back talking about, hey, there was so much love and peace and harmony, and they didn't want to come back here. They said when they came back here, because they had some things left to be done, it felt like cold and rigid and firm and like they were being put in a prison in their own body. They didn't want to be here. And now they are not afraid of death anymore. They are looking forward to it. And maybe if we all treated death a little bit differently, not as something being super finite and the end of all things and something very bad. I mean, I'm not talking about unnatural death. I'm talking about natural death. Maybe this is not such a bad thing as we all think, and maybe we all need to rethink how we deal with this. I mean, look at our planet right now. Look at society right now. Is this how we want to live? Like rabid cowards? Everybody in isolation? Oh, I cannot have a single germ because I don't have an immune system anymore. I need vaccines. Come on, man. People 50 years ago would look at us and be like, what are they doing? Guys, we have an immune system. And it's there to deal with all the viruses and all the germs and everything that comes into our body all the time. This is not the first virus. Okay, there are so many out there, and you deal with them every day. People would probably say, oh, no, that's not true. I will always wash my hands after I've been using the public transport or I've been shopping. I always wash my hands so I get rid of all the germs. Let me tell you something. After washing your hands, are you grabbing your phone and looking things up? Because all the germs and viruses are on this thing too, and on your mouse, on your keyboard. They are everywhere, and you will have them right back at your hand. Eat a sandwich and have them in your body. And this is why you have an immune system. And this is a good thing. Okay, now we have looked at the surface level of why humanity is so divided at the moment. And now we will look at the more esoteric part or spiritual part. And if you don't like these things, then you can skip to the next part, which is the ending of the video basically, and the solution, how we can fix this. And right now, let's dive right into a little bit esoteric stuff. And with esoteric, the word, what does it mean? It means it is something that could be true, but we have no options, no scientific like tech gear or anything to measure these things. So they are purely based on belief and observation. And yeah, some things might be true, some things might not be true. But you also wouldn't want to have burned a redhead in the Dark Ages because she healed someone and you didn't understand what she did and thought she was a witch, right? So there are things right now that we don't understand as we did back then. And I think it always is helpful to keep an open mind and just observe what is going on, have theories, think about it, and if it's crap, then it's crap. But maybe it's true. We don't know right now. So what is happening right now, if you have been following the stars or looking at the sky at night, what we have right now is called the Christmas star. It's the planet Saturn passing the planet Jupiter, and these both planets stand for different things. So Saturn is more this separation and grounded and fear-based planet, and Jupiter is more of freedom, love, and expression and expansion. And they are so close right now. They haven't been this close for the last 800 years or something. And now people say that this is actually the end of the world, the apocalypse. But they don't really mean this 2012 end setting that the world will end. They will just mean that one version of the world will end and it will transform into a new world, because apocalypse actually means revelation. It's a Greek word, apokalypsis, I think, and it means revelation. So things that we weren't able to see until now will now be made visible. And I see and get to know a lot of people that are kind of waking up right now, raising awareness to treating animals better, treating our planet in a better way. We realize that many of the systems we have in place and industries are not really beneficial for humanity anymore. If you want to see my funny take on that, you can check out the videos I did on those outdated systems. And many people become kind of aware that we have been doing things that are not really beneficial for us as human race. And so, according to that, I must say we have been going through a transformation. And looking at the scientific and technical part, over the next decade we will have a crazy transformation that is awaiting us. And this is not something esoteric, this is happening. I mean, we have so many converging new fields of technology coming into our lives, and there are so many jobs in the future that we just won't have anymore because automation and machines took over and we had to relearn and do other jobs. And this is a transformation that is coming right now, and we are in the middle of it. I mean, look at our planet. Look at what's going on. People are talking about universal basic income. People are talking about crazy ideas, and 10 years ago this was not even a thought, right? Not even an idea, maybe of some crazy people, but right now it's seriously considered. And even without the esoteric stuff, we can tell that we are in a transformative time right now, because things are coming up, and also people become aware of that the news might not be the full picture, and the news might actually not be that good for us, because what they do is they show us what the leaders want us to believe. It's not the total picture. And as we learned earlier this video, that we can shift our point of view towards different things. And later I will talk about how we can shift from fear to love. And this is something I don't think the news is proposing right now. The news is basically telling you, oh my god, terror, oh my god, fear this, believe this, fear this. And many people are waking up. I see more and more videos being done about this topic, and I see more and more people writing comments and on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. And there are many people waking up right now. So, and what is going on with this revelation on the spiritual level? What will we transform into? Well, it is said that we will transform into a higher level of conscious. We are in third level consciousness, and we will transform into the fourth level of consciousness, meaning we will transform from this mindset of separation to a mindset of unity and harmony and oneness. And there are actually a lot of books, for example, the Law of One, the Book of Ra, I think it is, where they talk about the harvest, and the harvest means that every person that is ready, that wants to be transformed into this more advanced state of consciousness or whatever, they will be able to do that within this transformative time. But there are a lot of people that don't want that, or that are not yet ready, and this is okay too. And there is a person called Dolores Cannon. She has been performing a lot of hypnotic sessions with thousands of different people, so that they could then enter a very deep state and see past lives, what they have experienced. I don't know if it was their own past life or past life in general, but they kind of all told the same thing, that they came back to Earth to help with this harvest, to help with this transformation. They wanted to be here to guide people and talk about love, talk about consciousness and all these kind of things. And so there are many different things. If you put all the pieces together, it might seem that this is real, but I cannot give you proof. This is really, it's theories over theories, and we will have to wait what happens over the next years. I'm predicting over the next year, whatever happens, it will be very transformative, and the new technologies will now come even faster, and society will now change even more. And this is something your ego does not like, because your ego wants certainty and a fine build. It wants to know, where's our danger, where's our enemy? Because if you look at the world right now, then yes, you can find proof that a dangerous virus exists, and we should all wear masks and stay at home and get vaccinated. But you might also find proof of that nature was able to heal, and many people were making changes for the better in their lives. And yes, you might find proof that everything was planned for the Great Reset, but you might also know about all the crazy new technologies coming up, potentially making our lives so much easier and better, and possibly creating abundance on this planet for everyone. And yes, you can find proof that USA seems to be divided right now and facing potential challenging times, but you could also see this as a necessary process that we have to go through to have a better future, with politicians more focused on doing the best thing for the population instead of short-term goals in their own interest. And there are many more things you can look at, either focusing on fear, separation and limitation, or on love, unity and expansion. And if you personally are in a state right now where you say, I simply cannot see anything else but suffering and bad things, depression and sick people and whatever, I don't blame you. I mean, considering the last year, if you didn't know about these things, if you didn't know that the news and media is programming you, I mean, why do you think it's called the TV program for entertainment in the television? It's entering you, programming you, and telling lies through vision. And keep this in mind. And if you didn't know that, I would, honestly, 5 to 10 years ago, I would have been super scared. But now that I've kind of researched all these things and looked into these things, I'm not that scared anymore right now. Also because, of course, I'm in the mindset that I'm not my body. This is something that needs time, and everybody's on their own path. But back to topic, if you are a person that sees only bad things right now, let's make a shift together. This is not really hard, okay? Every morning do this exercise. What can you be grateful for? Do you have eyes to see? Probably yes. Do you have ears to hear? Do you have arms and legs to do things and walk? Do you have fresh air if you want to? Do you have a device where you watch this video right now? Meaning you have access to the internet. Meaning you have access to potentially the knowledge of everything on this planet. And you can learn whatever you want. You can see whatever you want. You can entertain yourself with whatever you want. Do you have food? At least enough to survive. Do you have a family, friends, partnership, pets? There are so many things you can be grateful for. And if you do this every morning, your subconscious mind will pick up on that and do this automatically, shifting your senses towards proof that you can be grateful. And you will see more and more things of this. And after some time, this will be happening subconsciously, and you won't have to do this actively, because it happens all the time. You see things you can be happy for and grateful for all the time. It's automatically. And this is how you shift from fear to love. Recognize all these things you can be grateful for, because more will come. If you are grateful, then you are in the vibration of being grateful, and your subconscious focuses your senses on things you can be grateful for, and automatically you will see, perceive, and attract more things that you can be grateful for. Any things. Can be a new job, a new partner, a new home, whatever you want, more money. So I hope this was interesting to watch, and maybe I even was able to help you a little to shift your focus away from fear towards love, and also explain to you why we are so afraid and why we are hating on each other and so divided at the moment. So maybe tell this to your friends and family and explain how this works, so that the whole of humanity can become aware of this. And also, if humanity focuses on fear, we will live in a fearful place, whereas if humanity focuses on love, we will live in a way better world, because I believe that we collectively create this world based on what we believe and focus on. So enjoy your time, and don't forget to buy as much stuff as possible. As we all know, the highest goal on this planet is to accumulate riches and materialistic stuff, because we all will be so happy when we leave this world and can take nothing with us, really. So it's really important. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Matthew, and I try to question this universe in a funny way. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to check out my channel, where I have a lot of similar videos. Some are funny, some are a little more serious, but overall it's the same thing. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. I wish you a wonderful time and see you soon.